Welcome to week 18 power rankings here on That's Good Sports. And I have to officially put the commissioner, Roger Goodell, at the bottom, the power bottom one. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Today, I will give you my power rankings, and I'm going to actually save the spin wheel, the curse spin wheel, for the end of the episode. The Bengals beat the curse last week, and I fear the wheel has lost its power. Like the Cowboys offense. Week 18, ranks of power in the NFL. Here on That's Good Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'd appreciate it, but only if you're not an asshole. Today's episode is sponsored by ShakerandSpoon.com/thatsgoodsports. Shaker and Spoon is a monthly cocktail subscription service that delivers the best, and I mean the best, craft cocktail ingredients and instructions to your door. Every box they offer is themed around one type of liquor, with 3 unique recipes to match your liquor of choice. This month I tried the Tequila It box because I wanted to concoct a tequila drink that wasn't a margarita, and Shaker and Spoon delivered. I made a Verdito, which contained poblano agave syrup and celery soda. If you have those ingredients lying around the house, you're a liar. Each box contains a variety of syrups, bitters, aromatics, and garnishes that will make your taste buds super pretentious. These drinks are so good, I may never drink water again. To get a huge $20 discount off your first box, click the link below and use code That'sGoodSports at checkout, or go to shakerandspoon.com/that'sgoodsports to get truly elite tier drinks to show up right at your door. That's shakerandspoon.com/that'sgoodsports, or just click the link below with code That'sGoodSports for $20 off your first box. Why is Roger Goodell at the power bottom one? Well, Peyton Manning on the Manning Cast asked Roger Goodell to name one Snoop Dogg song, since Snoop will be performing at the halftime show, and this was Goodell's answer.
Favorite Snoop Dogg song?
Listen, we're excited about having our halftime show with Snoop in there, and we got some great performers. I don't think I could tell you a single title without violating your rules on using language on air. So I think I'm going to have to pass on that one.
Either that's the longest Snoop song title I've never heard, or Peyton Manning is about to get fined. Dear Mr. Manning, you have been fined $1 million for asking Commissioner Goodell to name a song by a black artist, and that black artist not being Darius Rucker. All right, number 14 on the power rankings, we've got the Red Eye. The only reason I put the Raiders on the list is so I can express my disgust with your franchise, you fucking idiots. You had a chance to move up this power board. A girthy win against the Colts, and less than 24 hours later, your best rookie, corner Nate Hobbs, gets arrested for a DUI? Are you fucking kidding me? Hobbs fell asleep in his car, which was parked on the exit ramp of a parking garage, just 2 months after he saw a teammate of his kill another person by drunk driving in Henry Ruggs. Here's a suggestion. Stop getting in your car after drinking, assholes. Hobbs was having a hell of a season too. He was basically the Raiders' best draft pick since Max Crosby. I hope the Chargers put 50 on you. A team I didn't even put on the power rankings. Number 13, the Colts. It's pretty simple, Indy. Win and you're in. And you play the Jaguars this weekend, who couldn't spoil milk. If you let Trevor Lawrence throw for more than 1 touchdown, you should not be allowed into the postseason. And Carson Wentz, you gotta start playing better. Just 1 200-yard outing in the last 4 starts for Wentz. Defenses are keying on Jonathan Taylor, so Frank Reich needs to get more out of the QB he desperately wanted this offseason. Number 12, I got the 49ers. The only question for the 49ers as they march towards the playoffs is whether they'll go back to Jimmy G or stick with Trey Lance, the 3rd overall pick who just beat the Texans last Sunday. Again, will they stick with the 3rd overall pick, the immensely talented rookie that their heavily invested in, or the guy who got them to the Super Bowl 2 years ago before choking hilariously in the biggest game of his life? It's a tough decision. Number 11, the Cowboys. You make me sick, Dallas. All that talent on offense and defense, and the only team you ever look good against is the Washington soon-to-be named fuckboys? Number 10, the Eagles. According to ESPN, the fans who fell when the railing broke when Jalen Hurts was walking off the field at FedEx Field stated the football team didn't offer them any help, any medical services, and told them to get the hell off the field. So thank you, Eagles, for beating that destitute, soulless organization that will have a new name in February. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, Eagles fans should get to name the football team. I just put you ahead of Dallas, Philly, so don't let me down when you play them on Saturday. My only concern about the Eagles right now is that they aren't running for 200 yards every game. They're doing about half that right now. Darius Slay and Avonte Maddox are playing as well as any corner duos in the NFL right now, and that Billy D is 9th in points allowed. Credit crazy Nick Sirianni for getting this team going as a first-year head coach. Jalen Hurts has over 3,000 passing yards and 26 total TDs when you factor in all the rushing tuds. The Eagles are the definition of a wildcard team. Number 9, the Buccaneers. The Antonio Brown situation was not only very embarrassing for the Buccaneers, it made them weaker at a position they were really starting to get thin at. With Brown out, I think, because he's technically still on the team, because they can't cut a guy who's injured. They have to figure out how to move forward with that. And Chris Godwin done for the season. The Bucs have just Tyler Johnson, Cyril Grayson, Brashad Perryman, and Scotty Miller on the outside. I mean, they still have Mike Evans, Gronk, playoff Lenny will come back, Shaq Barrett will come back on defense for the playoffs. But other than that, they have nobody. But they really needed AB in place of Godwin if they wanted to have a real shot to beat the Packers or the Rams in the playoffs to make it to another Super Bowl. Number 8, I've got the Cardinals. After looking like they weren't particularly interested in the rest of the season, the Cards finally pushed in their Cardinals into the middle of the table and beat the Cowboys soundly last week. This team will never be able to reach its full potential until it gets DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt back on the field. If they can get those two former Texans back in the lineup, they too can blow a 24-point lead in the divisional round. Apparently, Chandler Jones unfollowed Kyler Murray on Twitter.
Actually funny that you brought up Kyler and social media, because I think yesterday I just unfollowed him on Twitter. I had asked him to follow me back like a while ago, and he didn't follow me back, so I just unfollowed him yesterday.
Confirming my suspicions that Chandler Jones is hilarious and that Kyler Murray is actually sort of a dick. Maybe Murray didn't have time to follow Jones because he was figuring out how to ensure the Cardinals never score more than 25 points ever again. When the Cardinals were hot early this season, they were scoring over 30 points every week. They need to get back to that to be taken seriously in the playoffs. The number 7 team, Buffalo Bills. The Bills ran the damn ball. Sure, it was against the Falcons, who give up 127.1 rushing yards per game, which is 7th worst in the league, but Josh Allen and Devin Singletary combined for 191 yards alone. Zach Moss added another 39, so that tallied 230. Nearly 100 more yards than Atlanta gives up every week. Devin Singletary became the first Bills running back to have over 100 yards in a game since O.J. Simpson, probably. Buffalo, you just need to win and you will clinch the AFC East. But be careful, because the Jets, in your season finale, are a tough team. They nearly beat the Bucs last week. Congrats to Josh Allen for becoming 3rd in team history for rushing touchdowns. Number 6, I've got the Rams. It feels like the question for the Rams is this: will one Matthew Stafford throw a game-ending pick in the wild card round, the divisional round, or the championship game, or the Super Bowl? Stafford threw his 4th pick 6 of the year against the Ravens, and the longer this season goes, the more he morphs into Jared Goff exactly. That's not according to my opinion, that's according to EPA per play, which I assume stands for every pass his ass. Luckily, the Rams' defense has gotten better and better down the stretch. Von Miller has come alive recently, notching 3 sacks and 5 QB hits in his last 3 games, while Odell Beckham Jr. is proving it was definitely a Baker problem. Even better news, the Rams are awaiting the return of running back Cam Akers, who could be their secret weapon on the way to a postseason run. He could just as easily play like shit, considering he's just a half year removed from a fucking Achilles tear, but we're gonna err on the side of positivity. Sean McVay's greatest flaw is abandoning the run in key games, so maybe work on that, Sean. Number 5, the Patriots. Look at these guys, laughing because they put 50 points on the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's like taking pleasure in child abuse. If Jake Paul were to select an entire NFL team to fight, it would be the Jaguars. They're not a real football team. They're not a real organization. They're AFC East rivals. The Bills felt so bad for them, they let the Jags win a game earlier this season. Sorry, I don't mean to pour on Jags fans. I actually respect the hell out of you, and I cannot wait to see all of you show up to the Jags game Sunday dressed as clowns to really stick it to Shad Khan. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, clown. So here's the deal. Mac Jones looks really good against bad teams and looks like more of a passenger when he has to take on a more capable defense. Fortunately, his own defense is tops in the league, allowing a hair less than 17 points per game and compiling the 3rd most turnovers in the NFL. Honestly, Mac Jones' biggest flaw is teaming up with Kendrick Bourne and bringing joy into Bill Belichick's life. If Belichick feels happy, he will never win another Super Bowl. Number 4, the Titans. Now, Derrick Henry has been activated off of the IR list. Yes. He could practice this week, but I think has a slim chance to play on Sunday. Luckily, Tennessee, you play the Houston Texans to end the season, which is like getting to fight your ex-wife's new husband. And he's the nerd she married after your masculinity was too much for her as time went on, so you should be able to kick his ass. I think the smart play is to continue to rest Derrick Henry. Donta Foreman has rebuilt your foundation with 300-yard rushing performances in the last 5 games. I think you can beat Houston without Derrick Henry, and the rest of the NFL should be terrified that you will win the AFC, get a bye, allowing Henry 2 more weeks of rest, a healthy, fully rested Derrick Henry in the postseason. You could pulverize any of your foes. Also, the defense has gotten really good while the offense navigated all those injuries. 6th in points allowed, 2nd in rushing yards allowed per game, and the 9th most sacks this season thanks to Harold Landry. And Mike Vrabel should be considered one of the Coach of the Year candidates. Number 3, the Chiefs. Charvarius Ward is a microcosm for the entire Chiefs team going down the stretch. He grittied after breaking up exactly 1 pass against Jamar Chase, then got totally buried on every other play after that. The Chiefs and their fans thought the first seed in the AFC was theirs for the taking, and now they have to rely on the Houston fucking Texans beating the Titans to regain that top spot in the conference. Number 2, the Bengals. That's right, Cincy, I put you at number 2 ahead of the Chiefs that you just beat. Not just because Joe Burrow and Chase Young ripped apart KC's defense. Not because Burrow nearly threw for 1,000 yards in just the last 2 games. Not because Trey Hendrickson has 14 sacks on the season. Not just because Chidobe Awuzie has been the surprise player of the year at corner for you. He had 10 combined tackles last week, by the way, but because you survived the curse last week. Nothing will help you moving forward more like outplaying the wheel of pain. And number 1, I've got the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay locked up the first round bye with a beatdown of the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers is about to win his 4th MVP award. Suck it, Tom. And the story for this team, Brady, not Grossi. Tom Grossi, I would never tell the suck it. And don't forget to compare Tom and I's power rankings and come back and watch us fight about them on GPS every Wednesday morning. But the story of this Packers team all year is that they have kept winning, despite injuries to key players, and they might just be as healthy as they have been all season when they play in the divisional round of the playoffs with that week of rest. So now, at the end of the episode, as promised, we spin the wheel of pain to see who got cursed. Ooh, that's a hard spin, Daddy. Oh, sorry, Green Bay. I don't know, maybe the answer to Green Bay beating the curse is in the book, Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I make football videos pretty much every damn day. You can watch the video on the screen right now if you think this video didn't suck. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, @BrandonPerna if you care to follow me there.